Hello, welcome to my Sunday Front. Today is just a regular show, and I just wanted to come back and kind of give a little bit more time to the soft guy era Drizzle Drizzle movement. It's kind of a read. The soft guy era, a talking point on a new approach for the Drizzle Drizzle movement sends women to take the internet by storm with response and reaction posts, fighting for modern women leverage a mainstay in pop culture to continue toxic influence in the hip hop community. The same women who don't expect men to act like gentlemen, keep appearances, nor the most basic task of opening the door for you have battled tooth and nail verbally about how men should want this teamster approach to dating as if they hadn't advertised themselves enough. So they're showing up online in mass just to clap back. And and it's kind of like, you know, showing the worst side of them by not just they're not just dabbling in men's issues. They're kind of like, you know what I mean? Like they're kind of meddling. Um, so it's kind of like they're kind of playing mind games and um, I guess kind of causing a mess, because they're messy. Um, they log off OnlyFans and into several platforms, downplaying the encouraging words drizzle drizzle to form a basis for the argument that continues to divest community and lead to single mom lifestyle. So, as you know, there is a kind of compassion for single mom, but there's also a lifestyle out there where modern women kind of vent and rant and they kind of weaponize um, the facts of life and it, this is a talking point that they know very well because they're single moms and whether it's voluntarily or not, they're they're online posting constantly about issues that are kind of concerning because I just don't find, some of these things healthy behaviors for a human being to do. A lot of gaslighting, um, um, a lot of toxic influence, and kind of, how do you call it, wishy-washy advice, from somebody who knows, like if they're experts on single momism, which for people like me, a community activist, is something that needs attention to be addressed. This is an actual, like, an issue. It's not a stance in which you take against a population, in of an orientation. It's not. Um, but I digress. The reemergence is almost refreshing to hear as I log into my reads and see a peaceful discussion amongst men speaking on a once buried method to reading today's dating market. Simple math. And I wrote three things down. Three things that I thought were important key notes of which to take from. I don't, doubt there's several others that I have yet to see, read, or hear because you know, I don't really click, and it's like a guy's thing, like a guy's discussion. Here to, I'm not here to uh, counter that. I'm not here to um, interrupt that. But so I wrote down three, and these are things that I believe that mothers teach their son early on too. So it's not just a thing where these guys are just making it up out of their head. It's something that I believe like family instills in you at an early age when you do begin dating, opening yourself up, to social, you know, to society. So keep the same energy is one. Don't exhaust your resources and be aware of lousy women. So keep the same energy. Keep the same energy. Like if somebody treats you like the golden rule, for example, somebody treats you a certain way, you treat them right back. Simple, right? It's not something bad. It wasn't discussed as something bad. It was always like I keep hearing, if she likes to be lavished, expect to be lavished. You know, don't exhaust your resources. If she expects you to pay her rent, um, if that's your only option to date her, like like she using this as an incentive, and that's the only way she will let you into her life, don't bother. You're wasting your time and money, and that's all she was interested in, obviously. So then don't do it. Once you exhaust one of your resources, it's kind of like you got to build things back, and it's like it's just like a abusive cycle. It's There's no need, you know. Be aware of lousy women who have very little um, very little standards. They have low standards. They don't even have a quality of life to speak from, and yet they have expectations and entitlement beyond, reason. Like I said, entitled. Um, be aware that those do exist, and sometimes, they like to be real shy about it, but, sometimes it's like you can read a book by its cover, so be aware of the signs and know, that exists. Um, so the dynamics demanded by modern women because they find sugar lifestyle ideal in relationships are brought up in opposition. Standards and expectations remain old school, and ladylike behavior brought back to the drawing board. Why should one life be changed to unite in a doomed to fail romance? Modern women spew feminist grifting angles out to distract the what has to be romance scams because there's no words for letting spousal support, prenup, and divorce just happen because interests change drastically in one spontaneous moment of realization. Their love was bought out and grifter was left alone, glaring. So it's kind of like a sinister reality. Like I said, be aware because these women do exist, and these things that they believe just changed upon emotion, the change of mood, the change of atmosphere in the room. They believe that is how quick and fastly you can drop your relationship. And I think that if you're going to invest in something, invest all your resources and time and energy into something, it should be something of passion. It shouldn't be something expendable. And at least, you know, you know your worth, and they should have expectations of the same, similar concepts in their heart, you know. So confident enough to strike again. These type of movements demean the operations of skeezers and gold diggers alike, who keep a perpetual door open for HVM, ring on the finger or not. So like some girls don't care if you do marry them, you know? They don't care if they meet you when they are married. They don't care if they're single moms and meet you and they're, doing, really horrible job at adulting or lifing or what have you. They're just, in it for whatever they can get out of you. And, and it's not like they have standards that to which they live, but yet here they are continually switching up their romantic partners. So if you want to be the next guy in line, you know what I'm saying? You need to be reading those red flags and looking for signs and, you know, seeing things for what they are. Narcissism is pushed back as men move forward with a lot of optimism. The old trend is back. Women who lack empathy, moral self-value, family values, self-awareness, and any aspirations in life are visibly shook and angry. Their only view of their self-worth left for online simps to pull and validate by subscription to nefarious services. An unspoken scheme which irks me as blackmail situations. Not that threats to screenshot leaks fell on deaf ears, but maybe the defensive position is red flags for me alone, to which I deem Drizzle Drizzle warranted. Why continue on this path? Why continue making such a mockery of, of intrapersonal relationships just because, you have deviant interests, at heart. And I think that a lot of times we don't call people out on it, and I think it's kind of a wake-up call. At least making a point to post online and interact online around something positive, uplifting, and continuing the red pill movement, in a traditional sense. I think, it just continues to bring these things to light that we can learn from and grow as a community. So I hope you guys like my video, and I'll see you guys again soon on my Sunday Front. Bye bye.